Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, Eddie Hearn is back at it again, man. Just read an article on World Boxing News 24. Eddie Hearn confirms it's a stadium for Anthony Joshua confirms that Eddie Hearn says that the stadium for Deontay Wilder is set. He says the fight with Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua will have to take place at Cardiff's Principality Stadium. He says Hearn says Joshua was desperate to fight in his hometown of London, but the fight is due to take place in October or November this year, which rules out England's national stadium. Originally, the plan was for September for Wilder at Wembley. We want Wembley badly, Hearn told World Boxing News. We can't do that now because firstly, Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin have taken the date in September. And secondly, now first, I didn't even know that they were going to fight on September 15th in the month of September because Triple G versus Canelo Alvarez is going to take place September 15th. So he said that it was going to take place September 29th. So that's 2 weeks after Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G. Nonetheless, Eddie Hearn goes on and says, secondly, 10 weeks isn't long enough to do the worldwide media tours you would need for this fight. That's another issue that I have because didn't Anthony Joshua say he does not want to do a worldwide tour, and that was one of the reasons that prevented him from wanting to come over to the U.S. and stage the fight, because he didn't want to have all types of tours and stop his training camp? He says that and another thing is I'm gonna get to before y'all say he won't be stopping his training camp. Eddie Hearn says that he's in training camp as of right now. He have started training for Deontay Wilder or his next fight in September, right? Whoever his next fight should be in September. He says that Anthony Joshua has already started camp for that. So we can't say that he won't be breaking camp, because he will be breaking camp to do a worldwide press tour either which way. So he said that was one of the stipulations, that was one of the stopping points that prevented him from coming over to the U.S. and staging a fight in the U.S. He said that he did not want to do all these different tours and stop in all these different cities. That came out of Anthony Joshua's mouth, right? He says now we're looking at October or November, but it will have to be in Cardiff, which isn't a problem. So we will look at it. We will look at it and those dates and the dates. We take this very seriously because it's a fight Joshua wants. Now we're putting the contract together and expect to have it with them close of play tomorrow. Joshua has now started his preparations for the blockbuster unification fight with Wilder. See, I just told y'all he already started camp. So he said that he didn't want to come over to the States because they got all types of tricks and he would have to do all types of tours and media stops. That's what Anthony Joshua said. So there goes another contradiction from these guys, right? He says the pair are set to put their heavyweight belts on the line, but the WBA mandatory fight with Alexander Povetkin, this is where it gets tricky, right? He says, but the WBA mandatory fighter Alexander Povetkin is waiting in the wings in case there are any hiccups in the deal. Joshua's in camp now. This is what Eddie Hearn has said, right? So Joshua's in camp. So that means, again, I'm going to reiterate. If Joshua's in camp now, then that means he will have to break camp to start and do his world tour, right? The world tour that he said he refused to do in the States because they would force him to stop camp, break camp, and do a tour. But now it's in the UK. He's gonna stop camp and break. He's gonna break camp. He's gonna stop camp and have a break and do the world tour. So it's not an issue that he's doing the world tour. He's gonna stop camp as long as he's in the UK. These are the contradictions, right? He says Joshua's in camp now, but if it drags on, we will fight Povetkin, which doesn't mean we stop with Wilder, Hearn added. We would still sign for the fight with Wilder, but it would have to be after Povetkin. I'm not having Joshua's career held up by Wilder. We won't let it drag out. This is a great fight for DAZN, and they want to know because it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for them, so they need to know soon. So he's saying that Eddie Hearn, he's saying that Deontay Wilder will not hold up. He will not allow Deontay Wilder to hold up Anthony Joshua's career. He says that Anthony Joshua will not be held up. Alexander Povetkin is waiting in the wings in case there's a hiccup. He says in case there's a hiccup. What hiccups would there be? If Deontay Wilder already agreed to all your terms and he's just waiting for the contract to sign it and send it back, where would there be a hiccup? Why would there be a hiccup? Why would you be looking for there to be a hiccup? Shouldn't you be looking for every reason possible to make the fight happen? Why would Alexander Povetkin be waiting in the wings at this point? Shouldn't he have told Alexander Povetkin, listen, Deontay Wilder has agreed to the terms. We're going to send him over the contract. We're waiting for him to sign and get this fight done and over with. You see the contradictions, right? So Anthony Joshua is in camp, right? Anthony Joshua is in camp, which he refused to come to the States and be in camp and have to break camp. He didn't want to do that. But he's in the UK. He's in camp now. He's going to break camp to do a world tour. The world tour that he complained about. That's part of the reason he didn't accept the $50 million offer not to come to the States, was because he didn't want to break camp. Right? How amazing is this? You know? So now Wembley is not a problem not to have the fight at Wembley. Now he's saying that Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G has stole the dates. But Anthony Joshua is set to fight September 29th. Right? September 29th. Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G is not going to be September 29th. That would be 2 weeks after. So what do you mean? So the whole month of September, you can't have a fight the whole month of September because Canelo Alvarez and Triple G is going to have a fight? Because they're scheduled to fight in September on Mexican Independence Day weekend. Then that means that Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder can't have the fight. Right? Because Canelo Alvarez is fighting September 15th. Anthony Joshua is slated, I'll repeat, Anthony Joshua is slated to fight September 29th. So now Triple G and Canelo Alvarez stole the date when their fight was just announced yesterday. So how did they steal the date? Once again, man, this is Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua with the contradictions, man. So he's back at it again. So he's saying that he's going to send the contract over to Deontay Wilder by tomorrow, and we'll see. And Alexander Povetkin is waiting in the wings in case there's a hiccup. Yeah, there's going to be hiccups that you put in the way. There's going to be hurdles if you continue to put the hurdles in the way. If you don't want to get it done, you'll put everything in the way of getting it done. If you want to get it done, you'll clear every obstacle to make it happen. Now, Deontay Wilder has agreed to the fight and agreed to your terms and agreed to come to the UK. Now it's not a problem to do a World City Tour, Anthony Joshua, to break camp. But now there's going to be other hiccups. What other hiccups? I can't wait till tomorrow to see the other hiccups that they're talking about. You know, but you can read this article on Boxing News, World Boxing News 24. It's titled Anthony Joshua says the venue has been picked up. You know, it's going to be in Cardiff. You know, he wanted it in Wembley, but that's not available due to Triple G and Canelo Alvarez stealing the date September 15th when Anthony Joshua was scheduled to fight September 29th. So if he fought Alexander Povetkin, it would be September 29th. So the date is available. But if he fights Deontay Wilder, it's not enough time because they need 10 weeks for the world tour that Anthony Joshua complained about. That was one of the sticking points for him not coming to the States, because he didn't want to do a world tour in the States because they pull so many tricks. How amazing. But that's all I got, man. You can read this article on World Boxing News 24. It's your boy Blue. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon, get all new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV. Y'all already know what it is, man. Shout outs to the whole LDBC. Shout outs to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. It's your boy Blue. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all share these videos, and make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue. Peace.
To Blue Blood Sport TV, baby, from the Empress. Much love. Mwah.